Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Michael, and today I want to talk about 3D Touch on iPhones. So if you remember, 3D Touch came out first on the iPhone 6S way back in 2015. And when it came out, it was the groundbreaking feature of the iPhone, and everybody wanted the new iPhone because of 3D Touch. Of course, the iPhone did have other great features like a different build, better aluminum, a better camera, but 3D Touch was the main selling point of that year's S upgrade from the iPhone 6 to the 6S. And it was a pretty substantial upgrade. I remember watching the keynote live right here, and I was so excited for 3D Touch. Pretty much Apple added an entire new user interface with this brand new pressure system of depth on your iPhone, and it was really cool. And I still use 3D Touch every day, ever since the iPhone 6S came out. And we are starting to get hints that Apple may be removing 3D Touch from this year's iPhone. We know that Apple isn't afraid to remove 3D Touch because they removed it from the iPhone XR. Apparently they had some production issues where if they wanted the screen on the iPhone XR to have no bezels, they couldn't have 3D Touch, which is disappointing. But now the rumors are pointing to the fact that we might not have 3D Touch on this year's 2019 flagship iPhones. So this is the iPhone XS right here, and of course it does have 3D Touch. And in this video, I just want to take you through my top reasons why I think Apple should keep 3D Touch. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So the first one is my app shortcuts. I love my app shortcuts, and I also love accessing all my widgets directly through 3D Touch. So if I 3D Touch, for example, on weather, I get the weather widget right there, and I can see my current weather. I can also choose different cities. If I want to jump into the YouTube app, but I don't want to go to the home screen, I want to go to my subscriptions screen, all I have to do is 3D Touch and choose subscriptions, and I'm right there on my subscriptions feed. So 3D Touch has so much functionality, and I feel like Apple is overlooking this feature just because they took it away from the iPhone XR without even saying very much about it. This is a headline feature that they were promoting very heavily with the iPhone 6S, and now it just seems like they are forgetting about it. The main way I think people use 3D Touch, and the main way Apple was promoting 3D Touch, is on the home screen. So if you 3D Touch, for example, on messages, you can see all your messages. If you go on Safari, you can go to your reading list, you can show your bookmarks, open a new private tab. The possibilities are endless when you add a new layer of depth to the iPhone, and 3D Touch doesn't stop on the home screen. This is just my favorite feature of 3D Touch, but I am going to go through a few other ways you can use 3D Touch in this video. But that is number one, and that is my personal favorite way to use 3D Touch is on the home screen. And when I switched over to the iPhone XR for a few weeks, it was very hard to open the YouTube app and not try to press hard on the screen. But of course, when I was using the iPhone XR, nothing would happen because the phone doesn't have 3D Touch. So if Apple took away my home screen shortcuts, that would be very, very upsetting. Another really cool feature of 3D Touch is the ability to preview links really fast. So here in Messages, I sent myself a link, and if I quickly 3D Touch on it, I can view it. And if I press harder, as you can see, it pops right open into the app. If I do a really light press, you can just preview the link right there. Now, you can't really do this with any other iPhones. On the iPhone XR, you have haptic touch. And pretty much what haptic touch is just a press and hold. The iPhone has absolutely no way of detecting if you're pressing lightly or hard or very hard on the screen. And when you have 3D Touch and you're previewing a link, the iPhone can actually detect if you're pressing lightly, and then when you release, it'll just go right back into your messages. So 3D Touch is such an overlooked feature, and like I said, I already talked about the home screen shortcuts, but also being able to preview a link in Messages, and then all you have to do is release your finger to go back into Messages. That is a very overlooked feature, and you definitely do not get that with a phone that has haptic touch, only 3D Touch. And one final thing, this is probably my second favorite feature of my iPhone XS, is the ability to turn on my lock screen shortcuts much faster than the iPhone XR. So the iPhone XR still has these lock screen shortcuts where you can turn on your flashlight or open the camera, but on the iPhone XR, if I unlock my phone here, you really have to press and hold and wait for a very long time. I don't know why my phone isn't unlocking, but on the lock screen, if I pull down here, I can turn on the flashlight very, very quick. On the iPhone XR, you have to press and hold and then release, but you can just press super hard really fast and it'll turn on the flashlight instantly because it's reacting to your pressure, not just reacting to a press and hold. So having this extra layer of depth, I've said this a lot of times in this video and I'm probably repeating myself a lot, but having this extra layer of depth really makes your iPhone feel that much better, and it just enhances the user experience that much more. So you guys can tell me in the comments below if you agree with me if you want Apple to keep 3D Touch, or maybe you're the other way. Maybe you think Apple should move on. Maybe you think it's time they create a different type of screen technology. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, so tell me in the comments down below. Other than that, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Michael, and I'll catch you in the next video.